Hey, this is Ree here. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate everyone. All thanks to Kali Ma. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. It really helps me a lot. Don't forget to check out my website, paradoxastrology.com. Book your consultation today. I can help you with anything. And if you would like more exclusive occult videos that I don't post on YouTube, consider subscribing to my Patreon. It also helps to support this channel. Okay, let's get into this video. So this is about how Rahu takes over a planet, which is very similar to how the ego takes over an individual. And if you understand this, then you'll understand the greatest remedy for all planets. Now, each planet has a high frequency and it has a low frequency, meaning that it can be used in higher consciousness or it can be used in a lower consciousness state, which is ego. The majority of the population is run by ego. The decisions they make, the thoughts they have, the actions they take are subconscious actions by the ego and are not conscious actions by the higher self. This is the true definition of an NPC, a non-playing character, one who is essentially a zombie. The way to be consciously aware of our actions, our thoughts, our feelings, and in turn, the karma we create for ourselves requires a level of awareness that is only acquired through meditation, yoga, mantra, etc., spiritual practices that open up the parts of our brain that have been lying dormant. This in turn allows us to be conscious of our creations in this world. The increased brain activity unites the consciousness with the subconscious, and now you become in control of your life and gain access to your true power. By having a daily spiritual practice, one is now in control of how the planets manifest themselves because you are now in control of your actions, which is karma. This is the ultimate remedy for all planets. A good example of how the ego overtakes someone is how Rahu is in its lower state. Rahu takes the energy of any planet that it conjuncts or aspects. The essence of the planet is consumed. The planet looks the same, just like a person's appearance may appear the same when he is operating on ego or in higher self, but something seems off. His emotions, his actions are amplified. Now there's highs and lows when he used to be very steady energetically. Now whatever he has is not enough. He becomes unsatisfied with who he is and what he's accomplished, and he constantly needs more. He's unsatisfied with everyone around him. He needs to control the world because now he is out of control. He's projecting. This is what ego does. All it knows is what it's experienced and has little awareness of self or others. It can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't care because he's self-serving. He believes it's a dog-eat-dog world, and he must take them down before they take him down. He's in lack. He sees the world as having limited resources, and he must do whatever he can to take them for himself. He doesn't see beyond his delusions. He is the main character in his own story. Rahu is the lower state which creates obsession over desires. He must possess every object, person, and thing he comes across or in contact with. That creates his identity. He only identifies with the physical world, so the more he can amass, the stronger he becomes. The stronger his identity becomes. As his identity in the physical world becomes stronger, he clings to these physical objects, places, or people, for if he loses any of them, he becomes less of himself. It's the attachments to the desires, and not the desires themselves, that creates the suffering. This is the reason why people fear Rahu. Don't blame Rahu when ultimately it's your ego driving and fueling the type of Rahu you have. Learn to dissolve the ego through spiritual practice and purification of the body. Ultimately, everything is you. The planets are within you. And the only way to change is to accept responsibility for ourselves. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in the next one.